Hey fuckers, welcome to the Offensive Content Podcast. The show is starting now.
All right, everybody, welcome to the Offensive Content Podcast, Episode 2. First episode was released last week. Got a pretty good following and listenership from it. We'll go ahead and get the tags out right now. We've got our Facebook. If you want to go ahead and give us a like and a follow there, you can kind of stay up to date on when episodes are going to be recorded and released. And you can also submit any topics you'd like us to talk about at that time and maybe some personal stories, something like that. And then we also got our Twitter feed managed by our nice little friend over here, Tyson. I don't know if he's been doing anything with it because I don't get on Twitter. But hope he has.
Millennials.
Yeah, that's true. We'll start it off there then. And we also got our Instagram, and I'm the one running that right now. So just put a post on there that we're getting ready to record. So hopefully you've seen it if you're not following it right now. Anyways, we'll start from there. Jason, how you doing this week?
I'm doing good. Good.
Got
This
Alex
week he
here.
gets to be the sleepy cast. I actually got to take a nap and be energetic and ready for this, and he's over there fucking chewing on his mic.
Right. We're about ready to fall asleep.
We got Chris over here
What's up?
and Tyson, who's
You
finally
already
ready.
mentioned me.
But yeah, I'm still going to
God,
mention
are
you
you
again.
getting PMSy already?
He's like, you already mentioned me, but it's okay. I'll take it again.
I'm getting cramps. Oh,
Gosh.
I actually kind of am. Damn celiac.
Is it that time of the month where you've ate too much bread?
Yeah, like 95% of the month, yeah.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
What did I tell you? We're going to have to do a take two.
Take two, no.
Lord.
There's no takes this go around. We're just going diving straight into it. So anyways,
So anyways,
last episode got a pretty good following. I think we had how many downloads? 64 was the last time I checked. It was earlier today.
Whoa. A few.
So that's pretty good. And then
Not bad.
YouTube
we
had
get any
13.
likes, any good ratings?
Yeah, I've actually
Yeah, we
got
actually got quite a few.
Nice.
quite good feedback from people on our Instagram. We actually have quite a few other podcasts following us, and they're saying that for our first episode, it's actually done very well, surprisingly.
It only took 7 takes.
7 takes later.
And it just ended with me screaming for like 25 minutes. So, you know? Great episode. Yeah,
It
awesome.
was perfect.
Everybody likes to listen to retards on the internet.
That's why we get on the
That
internet.
is why we exist.
Yeah. So anyways, I think we had about 70 unique downloads combined from YouTube and SoundCloud. So pretty good. Pretty good, I'd have to say. A bunch of people already requesting to be guests on our podcast. But just to let y'all know, we're still trying to get our feet kind of underneath us before we kind of get that rolling. But we will have it soon once we get rolling a little bit better. Anyways, good following, guys. Good job.
So, Tyson, did you do your homework?
Yeah, but we can save that for a little bit later. We got to get going first.
Okay.
He's not ready for it yet.
I'm not ready for it yet.
Emotionally.
Emotionally,
Got to let my cramps settle down a little
he's
bit.
got to man up for it.
He needs to
rules
find
to
his
being a
safe
man.
space before
Can't
he
be an
can
example while you're still being, you know,
PMSy.
PMSy.
Yeah.
Still bleeding from his vag.
Time to stick a tampon in it. I think you have some vodka in the house. We can make this a good night.
I heard the plastic applicators are really nice.
Silky smooth.
Plus, then you can save the expulsion later and make your own Bloody Marys.
Fucking God.
Tastes like pennies.
that sounds delicious.
I didn't know tomatoes tasted like copper.
Bad.
Bad?
Hashtag you should be ashamed. All right.
Why are you looking at me?
You said
You're
you
the
were
one that
prepared.
has things to do.
But, okay, fine. Well, my content got shot down the hole after we brought it up to you because you were like, well, we can't talk about that on the podcast.
So, Drexen and I are in a voice chat, and apparently we can't go into specifics here. You know, we got to save the sanctity of minors or something like that. But it was fucking radio gold, and now we can't even tell you about it.
You're restricting my creative abilities. You're ruining my creative art that I worked on all week. Like, kid you not, all week I'm sitting there like, oh, I'm going to drop this bomb and this bomb and this bomb. No, we're in the middle of this whole legal issue. Can't even talk about it. Gabe. Gabe.
Oh, man.
You have nothing to say.
Nothing at all.
Look at him sitting there trying to pass a court test. And he's got to be able to be clean when they come and do background checks later.
Hook him up to like a lie detector. Have you ever gotten close to a little boy before?
I think it's the little boys that have to worry. Well, I mean, okay.
Only
so
if they're in a rec center.
If they're in a rec center, yep.
I was gonna halfway out of that one. I realized I was flawed in my logic, but
We're gonna go swimming today, kids.
There's gonna be something swimming, right?
whoever wears the smallest speedo wins.
Oh, let's go over by the jets. They feel so good.
You
just
just
gotta-
see my water snake?
More like
worry.
water snail. But yeah, so Jason effectively ruined all of my content for this week.
Rock on, guys. Thank you.
Just word of advice. Word of advice. Don't leave your microphone on or computer on in a chat room when you leave your station. Because
Push
you
to talk.
push to talk. Dude, you get some gold out of that crap. Gold.
Fantastic. Especially because, after that, while we're sitting here talking before we start the podcast up, him and Molly are going over, oh, you didn't hear us having intercourse, did you?
Shut up while I go fuck your mom.
That's just a regular Saturday night.
How does the Friends intro go? Because we heard that a bunch of times.
we did, but I intentionally blacked that one out.
So, anyways, that's what I had to bring to the table this week. But no, it just can't happen. Maybe I should talk to you during the week and be like, no, really, you're the host, but really I get to approve all the content.
I thought you had a bunch of Stephen Hawking gold.
Well, do we want to get into Stephen Hawking? I mean,
I
okay.
mean,
He
I don't.
died.
He's dead.
Yeah,
A
news update.
physicist is dead.
Amazing.
Freaking a win for Christians everywhere.
Yeah, now he gets
Yeah.
to see Jesus. And be proven wrong.
Or the flying spaghetti monster, ramen.
I still hold that he's been dead for decades, and it was just the chair gained sentience.
Yeah, I'm kind of down with that one.
Somebody hacked his chair and he's just been rolling around as a corpse for like the past 5 years.
No wonder he always smelled like shit.
The chair knows we're fucked, so it's like uploaded itself and gone off planet before everything goes to shit.
I thought it was just
Thanks.
the disabled guy's swass. Really, he's just been fucking dead the whole time. No wonder he smells like shit.
Bed sores.
The chair is where Anonymous lies.
But like, how many kids did he leave behind? He had like 6 kids, right?
I don't even know.
Something along the line. I want to know how that man made kids.
When in his life did he become
Penis pumps.
chairbound?
Just
Yeah,
sitting
did they
there
just,
hitting his
like-
buttons.
Did they just like
Oh,
milk him and
yeah.
inject it into his lady?
Harder, faster, harder, fast. No pegging. No. That is a exit only. Danger, Will Robinson, danger. But yeah, I've always wondered that because he has like 6 kids, and there's some pretty young ones in there for EJ.
I didn't even know he had kids.
What are you
No,
doing?
Topher's over here on his phone doing something.
That's this. Is that?
This is his last words.
That's his last words.
Great, now we're gonna get copyright infringements.
Now Microsoft's gonna come after us. You can't use that jingle.
It's not yours. I added it to tune to it.
You guys were talking about something like he was an asshole and left his wife or something?
Yeah,
I don't know.
so
I don't
he
know
was
any of the
married
story.
twice. I can't remember the name of it, but he had a documentary not too long ago that was kind of going over his first marriage. The lady that had sacrificed everything was taking care of the 3 children that he had with that lady, and just that was a full-time job between taking care of the 3 kids, him in the wheelchair, like
Take
who
care of
has-
3 kids and an invalid.
right? Who has time for much else? But about that time is when even more things had begun to decay and kind of just become, I don't know, the easy
Atrophied.
joke there.
Atrophied.
Right? But he ended up divorcing her, leaving the wife and 3 children for the nurse who was taking care of him.
Well, I mean, they don't pay theoretical physicists peanuts, so it just kind of proves that money can get you anything.
Yes.
I have one question though. Stephen Hawking gets fucking married twice, and Chris can't get a girlfriend.
Well, I'm not fucking rich.
I just have a really horrible mental image of him leaving his wife.
Honey, my battery
Really
is dead. Will you
slowly.
grab the backup?
And you ruined it.
You can have the house. I'm taking the car.
Keep the fucking children. Deuces, bitch. He sends her emails of just middle fingers. Sends her pictures of her in bed with his new hot nurse. Oh yeah, sponge baths every day.
I wish I could feel them.
You weren't even a good lay anyways.
Why is he underwater?
That's what I was wondering.
Tell you one thing though, because his nurse had to have seen him naked taking care of him. He's probably one hung motherfucker.
Time to Google.
You know what? You know what?
Time to Google.
You should Google Stephen Hawking naked. Let's see what it comes up with.
You know what?
There's got to be something.
You know it's gonna have
You know
him
what
on the
the
back
real
of a
crime
unicorn.
Of the whole Stephen Hawking thing is, though, nobody's mentioned, is that lower grill that was always hanging out. Like, look at that
Dude.
jowl of those fucking teeth.
He could have gold plated that and become a rap star.
And Google has failed me. I type in, how big was Stephen Hawking's wang? And the first thing that comes up is Stephen Hawking's beautiful mind, the New York Times.
Is that a new word for head? Mind?
Okay, now you're just
Don't-
trying
no,
way
no,
too
no,
hard.
No?
We already have one Tyson here. We don't need to.
Not bad. Good.
That was bad. That was way bad.
But anyways, I just think he's probably one hung dude.
I think you're just getting off on thinking of a hung invalid.
My hump. My hump. My hump.
He can't say no if I take away his soundboard.
Drool if the consent is yes.
You just see his eyes get wide. And you're like,
His fingers can't hit the buttons on his soundboard. I've always wondered how that worked though, because he's really good at it. Like he says some pretty amazing words. It's like a very extensive
Yeah,
vocabulary.
it just takes him like 15 hours to write a sentence.
you just got to set it all up beforehand.
Speaking of leaving his wife, do you ever wonder if there's domestic violence in that relationship? Like he
No.
just runs over. Do you see what I had to do to you?
Why do you make me do this?
Bashes her into a wall.
That sounds like a bad episode of Family Guy. I'm
It
not
does
gonna
sound
lie.
like a bad episode of
No,
Family.
it sounds like a fantastic episode of Family Guy.
This is all your fault. This is all your fault. You made me do this. This is all your fault.
Stephen, I have another child in my womb. Abort. Abort.
The clothes hanger add-on just pops out of the wheelchair.
He's got a Swiss Army wheelchair.
Oh my gosh.
It's
Dude,
good to be
Alex
well
has been
rested.
slaying it tonight. I wish we had caught that one you did before.
Oh gosh.
Can't redo it now, though.
Yeah, it's not funny now.
Autism was never funny.
It's always funny, especially when it's
Back
Tyson.
into my wheelchair, bitch. We're ending this now.
I can't afford another child for support. Oh gosh.
Fuck Alex.
I can just picture the freaking coherent coming out.
It's like, yeah, exactly. It's like a coat hanger comes out, turns into a blender with a blowtorch.
Yeah, right? That's what I was gonna say. Like as soon as Direction does his hand motions, which of course all of you could see through the mic here. But I was just imagining it changing from that coat hanger to like an immersion blender. Little vodka bottles come out. We could just keep that joke rolling all night.
Just a blowtorch, man.
Sit and spin.
You don't do this, I'm gonna cut your face, bitch.
We're really like villainizing him, right? Like what? Maybe it was the other way around. Like maybe he left the wife because she was abusing him. Like he'd be sitting there going to some important, meeting for physicists everywhere, or whatever. And like battery just dies. She leaves him there. She's off getting Starbucks. Freaking nothing.
She doesn't even have the battery for the soundboard, so he's just like tapping away.
Help.
No. She just changes the words to the buttons. She like breaks his finger, so he has his gnarly hand. And then she's like, he wants to say like, she broke my fingers, but it's like, I love my wife. Fuck no. I love my wife. No. Abort. No. Mission failed. Gosh. I wonder if he was a victim of elder abuse.
Dude, you know the reason why he left his wife, right?
No, what was
Get
the
closer
reason?
to your mic.
Because they were having sex, and she was like, "Oh my god," and he was offended.
Oh, that was a stretch.
Watch me leave in my tracks, bitch. You know what's really funny is, you know how there's always that saying, like, there's the stairway to heaven? But he's going to get there in a wheelchair.
Does he have handicap access?
No, dude, man.
Fuck. No wheelchair access.
I was wrong this whole time. Shit.
Freaking swear words sound so much better. We do them in Seriously, that'll be our soundboard for freaking failed jokes here. Just in the background, Hawking's just shit. God damn it.
I wish that there was like a
Piss,
sound clip of
damn.
him actually swearing with his sound.
I'm sure you can Google that. Google has everything.
Except for, Stephen Hawking's wang size, apparently.
Classified
Too
information.
soon. That'll come out next week.
Come out next week.
You're not looking in the right place. You need to be looking on like
You
Pornhub
should
or
search
something.
up Stephen Hawking
Stephen
porn.
Hawking porn.
So, I'm going to hell for this Reddit.
And the first thing that pops up actually kind of works this time. So instead of last time, the brilliant mind, which was, a Wang search, this time it's Stephen Hawking's porn leads to how Stephen Hawking's inspired black hole researchers.
It's so deep.
Oh, fuck. And then
It's
the second
pulling
one's
in
a
all
fucking,
the light.
right? And then the second one's like a flat earther thing because it's Stephen Hawking's death faked by the U.S. government.
Oh my god.
Gosh.
E equals MC the size of your mom's ass.
Do you see that generator I built to measure quantum mechanics? Yeah, I fucked your mom next to it. Talking shit online. Like a 14-year-old with ALS. I was actually looking up pictures of him like when he was younger. I'm like, dude, how did that go to that?
It wasn't that big a stretch. He looked like a slightly bulkier Trinity.
Yeah, he looked like Trinity pretty much. So it's just if Trinity became wheelchair bound, he would look like Stephen
He
Hawking.
must have had to deal
God,
with
we can
one
make that
session of
happen.
Tyson's
We
jokes.
can make
That's
that
what it
happen.
turned his
Yes, we
body
can.
Oh,
into.
gosh. Are they already working on like a life documentary? I think I was reading somewhere about that today. There's the actor from the Harry Potter's famous whatever creatures. They're going to have him play it. And they're showing side-by-side pictures. And he actually has a pretty good resemblance to Stephen Hawking.
Yeah, he kind of looks like Trinity too.
Yeah.
And he played a transvestite in the third show.
What is? Oh, I thought that said masturbatable.com.
Well, I mean,
Tyson, check that URL.
Cripple porn.
that
Got a
underbite.
cripple porn addiction. Girl walks in with her like woody legs, like.
He could just have one of
I
those
am
like
so hard right now.
what are the
So is her wooden leg.
what are the chick dildo machines that have the motor? He could just have one strapped underneath his wheelchair.
Yeah, it's just back and
in and
forward.
out, in and out.
Or he could just have the wheelchair back in and out and in and out.
I know, but that's not as fun.
He could have both of them going
There
at the
you go.
same time.
And now we're talking. Now we're
Double
thinking.
penetration. Which one's mine? Which one's fake? Close your eyes.
Psych, both fake.
I'm not finding good ones here. Most
Schooled
not
you,
taking-
bitch.
Taking too long to search here, except that apparently his kids were awesome. I'm finding tons of sites talking about his kids adding swear words to the synthesizers.
Dude, I would so fuck with him like that.
Oh, yeah.
your mic.
I wonder what words his kids would change. There's like a most commonly used word, but you could change it to a swear word on a synthesizer.
And
Quim.
wing.
That's my new favorite one. It's not really a swear word, but it sounds so much better than everything else you've got right now.
Yeah.
Fuck's used too often, right? But if you call someone a bleeding quim,
Well, he's British, so I'm sure they'd probably put like cunt in there.
So apparently, Stephen Hawking was like a sex club aficionado.
Really?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you be?
It is reported that he was a regular at Freedom Acres, a sex club in California. A member of the club says that Hawking showed up at the harem, up with a harem of nurses and assistants, and has naked women grind on him, even though he's in a wheelchair or he's wheelchair bound. The physicist still gets down with the ladies as his staff watches over him.
Okay, so, I didn't want to interrupt while you were reading there, but what was the name of the place again?
Freedom Acres.
Names their strip club Freedom
Not a
Acres.
strip club.
I'm sorry.
A brothel.
Brothel. Freedom Acres. That sounds like an old folks home.
A cat house.
But think of this. It's got the like word freedom in it. The one thing that he couldn't do from his wheelchair.
Kink for everything, I guess. Who am I to shame?
No wonder he's a deviant, dude. Anybody that's featured by the New York Times always turns into be a freaking weirdo.
It says that he kept his clothes on, and it says that you can still have fun no matter what. Oh boy.
Yawn.
What noises do you think you'd make when you'd reach orgasm?
That sounds like a line from Harvey Weinstein.
Just the dial-up boot up noise.
See, and I actually didn't think you were trying to go for dial-up there. I thought you were trying to go for, like, the sound of a high-pressure valve or something like that.
Boom.
One man bukkake, bitches.
I have a theory that I can come in multiple places at one time.
Quantum humor.
Great stuff.
No, awful stuff. So Tyson,
What?
it's time.
It's
Are
time.
you ready now?
What is the
You guys aren't even
rules?
gonna find this funny. This is a stupid homework assignment.
Stupid guys, I don't understand
It's like I didn't even take it seriously.
No, I took
So,
it seriously.
as a recap, you should probably recap last week in case.
Recap last week. Tyson and his little gun incident at a hospital. We decided to give him a homework assignment to come up with the 10 rules to be a man according to Tyson.
Yes, which all four of these other co-people need to read. so they can
Co-people?
learn.
I'm the host. How dare you?
Shut up, pussy. All of you need to read so you can learn how to be men instead of being a bunch of bitches.
Oh, I'm so curious.
I'm
now.
so offended you just said that.
Number one should be obvious because it was related to last week. Carry your firearm with one in the chamber like a man. Don't be a little bitch. Pretty obvious.
Starting it off hot.
Well, it was just the obvious one to address last week. Number two, eat onions often and in mass quantities. People who don't like onions are dumbasses, and onions are amazing for virility.
This also would explain why he doesn't get head very often.
That's how you know that she's serious, you know.
That's the only time where she's like, please come on my face.
Serious or has had enough brain damage that she can't taste it anymore.
Maybe I'm remembering wrong, but isn't this just a direct stab at Jason? Isn't it you that hates onions?
No, I love onions.
Okay, good.
Lots of people hate onions, and they're stupid. They're dumbasses.
It burns my eye.
People are pussies.
I can't remember who I'm thinking about then, but I thought you were just taking
Our
a
buddy
cheap
Trinity
stab.
hates everything that's not meat.
Go on.
Including vaginas.
We upgraded to an X2222.
What?
Trinity, gone. That's a new Trinity 2.0. Anyways, continue.
Number three, ride a motorcycle. Four wheels are for pussies.
So, you drove
Where's
here
your
in a truck.
motorcycle?
In my garage.
When was the
How
last
did
time?
you
Did you drive here?
It has parts on order.
How did you get here?
It does, actually. I should get him in about 2 weeks.
You're not answering the goddamn question.
I would have got here on my motorcycle if it was operable.
How many times have you been on four wheels in the past year?
Are you talking about my wheelchair? Asshole.
I thought we were done with the
Mostly,
Hawkins
yeah.
jokes.
If they would have given me one of those sweet scooters for scooting around
So
on,
you're saying
with the
Hawking
broken
wasn't a
leg.
real man?
No, Hawking was a pussy because he was on four wheels. He should have
Dude.
been on an electric scooter.
We just read a story about how he goes into a brothel and gets all these women to grind on him with his clothes
like a
on.
weirdo old deviant. Like I said, he's like Harvey Weinstein, but on a wheelchair. It's fucking gross. He's a creepy old crippled deviant.
But to go back to it, you're saying
So-
real men ride motorcycles. So you're only a real man if you stick a cock rocket between your legs.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay.
Maybe he would
He
have
doesn't
actually.
feel like a man unless he's got a big vibrating piece of metal between his legs.
The
And
vibrations.
speaking of weirdo freaking electric dude, just to go back to that since you brought it back up, maybe if he didn't spend so much time in damn brothels, he would have realized before near the end of his life that the Big Bang Theory was a bunch of bullshit. Yeah, maybe he would have spent more time in science instead of freaking getting
So
felt
the,
up
the
on
big
ladies.
the Big Bang was bullshit, and the American government used CGI to fake the solar eclipse. That's what I'm hearing from you.
No, the moon landing. I'm just kidding, obviously.
Yeah, kidding.
Number 4.
And dinosaurs are less than 7,000 years old.
Yes.
The world's only-
dinosaurs were made up. It's just a big conspiracy.
The world's is only as old as
Fossils
the
were
Bible
planted
is.
Yeah. The
There was
world's
no
only
dinosaurs, only dragons.
There was so
I had to pull out one dumb joke.
Oh boy.
no. That's awesome.
Continue.
Number 4. Learn to love dark chocolate. If you hate dark chocolate but love milk chocolate, you don't like chocolate. You like sugar, and you're a bitch.
If you like any kind of chocolate, you're a bitch.
Wow.
You know when the last time I ate chocolate was?
When you were on your period.
That's the only time I know anybody purposely goes for chocolate. Daughters and wives when they're on their periods.
It's usually a Snickers bar.
I have a Snickers bar. Actually.
Or a salted nut roll.
Well, we already established it's that time of the month.
Well, there you go.
He's got his Red Wing over there on his shirt.
His boyfriend's
Now he's
got his
making-
Red Wings too.
Now he's making
on
fun of
his
Honda.
face.
That's just bullshit. Really throwing away your man card during this, Trayson. All right, number 5. Change the oil in your vehicles yourself. If you're paying someone to change your oil, you're a woman.
No, you just want to do something else.
It's called you're a bitch.
No, it's called I have better things to do and a disposable income.
I knew I was the only man on this table.
It's called I can pay them the exact same amount of money to change the oil in my truck and get it done faster and underneath the warranty.
And I don't
Or-
have to take a shower afterwards.
Okay, who here
What?
is...
How are you changing your oil? Do you have to take a shower? You're like soaking it
Wait. Do that again. Do that again.
Topher's over here
Nobody
spraying
can see it,
himself
but
like a
visual.
wiener.
I know, but I just want to see it again for my own pleasure.
Topher looks like he's getting ready to get splooged on.
No wonder you hate changing your oil. Number 6, don't park your truck crooked or on a snowbank like an asshole. This shows that you have a tiny penis or a vagina.
Is this also why your truck's lifted and you have truck nuts?
My truck is not lifted, and I do not have truck nuts.
April's took those in the divorce.
Just my truck nuts, not my real nuts.
Boom.
Number 7, if your favorite sport is full of pussies who cry when they get hurt, find another favorite sport. That's kind of targeted at, a few things, but
I'm just waiting for the whole Uncle Sylvan joke. If your stroller only takes one ball, you're a bitch. Ride dirt bikes, you have to have 2.
this is a classy post, not some freaking redneck trash shit.
Okay, changing oil, riding dirt bikes.
This is manly stuff. Learn to man, dude.
This is definitely not white trash.
Yeah, I was going to say, who else can go in and change these things later so that they can get this header straight? It's the 10 rules of how to be a redneck.
Come to me when you can grow more than 3 facial hairs, bitch.
You
I've got
can't grow
5.
3
I
facial
have
hairs.
7. Okay, number 8. If you play video games, get good at PvP. Don't be a Care Bear PvE bitch.
So
Well, that took a turn.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
See, this is a
All of
well-rounded post thinking of
all this
all the
redneck
spectrum.
shit, and then he's just got to
Carrying
go full
guns.
nerd.
You have to be a well-rounded individual to be a real man. You can't just be one thing. You can't be,
Gotta-
you have to be a well-rounded man.
in the chamber, change your own oil, and don't be a fucking Care Bear. God.
Rating for pussy.
You got to be a man on the street and a man in your.
Virtual world.
A man in the sheets talking about PvP.
Says the guy who used to play female characters to get people to give him shit.
Yeah, that was actually funny. Then you
Yeah,
find-
yeah, this is true.
Have tits.
Yes. Number 9. If you don't have metal plates and screws inside your body, go do something crazy and get some. They
Tyson
make
likes
you
to be
way
screwed
more
inside his
manly.
body.
Plus, the ladies love the scars.
And who went to court for their medical bills yesterday?
Hashtag worth it.
So actually,
All I
Actually,
heard,
what I'm hearing
all I
here-
heard out of
Hey,
that
Tyson,
was that
how many-
Tyson likes being screwed.
Yeah,
in his
how many
body.
times have you been screwed?
I don't know how many screws I've got now. A lot.
I think you missed it.
He's
I
got
got
a lot of screws.
too bad they're all loose.
No, I had those pulled back out.
I don't think he was talking about the physical screws in your body, dumbass.
And number 10, very important. If someone offends you, punch them in the dick. Don't go on social media and whine about it like a little bitch.
These are like, you know, I realize what we've just done here. This is a repeat podcast episode from back when we were the Shenanigans Show, reading the 10 rules of Satanism. Except this is the pussy edition.
Oh gosh, what are the 10 rules of Satanism?
I don't remember
Educate
them all
me.
off the top of my head.
You
but
got Google.
No, it's instead of being a man, it's be a very, 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 very selfish, deviant man.
Perfect.
Then you're good.
So was Stephen Hawking a Satan worshiper?
No,
'Cause
he
he's
was an
deviant?
atheist.
It's true.
Duh.
But most Satanists aren't actually atheists, you know. Just saying.
They just
They
use
are.
Satanism.
They
as
just
a
use it
way.
as a...
Satanism isn't about Satan per
Exactly,
se. It's about
right?
self-empowerment.
Exactly.
It's not about self-empowerment. It's about self-indulgence.
Self-gratification.
He self-empowered him.
And
No,
he's
that is not
self-gratified.
empowering
Well, he couldn't
yourself.
self-gratified, but he got someone else.
Self-gratified? No, actually, it's probably one of the things he didn't do.
Well, unless he had that
God doesn't
attachment on
exist.
his
Hail Satan.
It's in his seat, just.
He had a rumble pad.
Rule number 11: prostate stimulation is for men.
I think we got to turn this around since we've given Tyson so much shit. Drex, next week, let's get your list.
my list of 10 rules to be a man.
Yeah,
Okay.
and see how they differ.
Oh, they'll differ.
We promise this won't become a weekly bit, though.
Well, at least for 5
At least for
weeks.
5 weeks.
5 weeks to drag that out so much.
First rule right
6
now
episodes.
is don't compliment anime like a weeb.
How did I compliment anime?
The art style is actually pretty decent.
No, I've never once said that in my entire life. Thank you very much.
The ability to deny on radio.
Deny.
You get a voice recording of me saying that, and I will believe you. But it's never happened.
What was it that you said that we... What was it that you were saying that you didn't say?
That any time that I
That
liked
he
an
liked the
anime art style, no, I hate that shit.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, buddy. Cut.
Cut.
I have access to this sound file too, bitch.
No, you don't. It's on my computer.
You don't think I can get into there? Bring it.
Bring it. Sucking my douche flute. Good stuff. Good stuff. Anyways,
Sure.
anybody else got any content they wanted to bring forward this week? Jason, you work on anything? No?
He's a slacker.
He's a slacker.
So am I. I'm like, what? I can't throw any stones.
Actually, I got something. So what was your court all about that you
Just
couldn't...
a, just a collections thing that they wouldn't work with me on a payment plan, so it actually worked out because then they got reduced to a whole bunch less, and then they threw it on a payment plan anyway. So it was just a ton of bullshit, legal stuff.
Yeah.
This is all because he won't get off a motorcycle.
A motorcycle,
A Mordor cycle.
Motorcycle. Motor.
A Mordor cycle.
and it's
A
never gonna
Hodor
happen
cycle.
because guess what? I'm
Yeah.
not a little bitch.
I'm glad at least Chris heard that same thing, because at first you guys are all taking it to Lord of the Rings like you're
I
trying to
didn't
be
take-
men.
I said motorcycle.
Yeah.
Mordor
the,
cycle.
The Hodor cycle.
Motorcycle.
Hodor!
Hold the clutch. Hold the clutch.
Hold clutch!
Oh,
Spoiler alert if you haven't seen season 5.
Season 5?
he doesn't hold the door for long enough.
No, he doesn't.
Not nearly.
I've never actually watched that show. Just seen YouTube clips online and stuff.
You haven't?
Nope.
That's because you have a vagina.
New
No.
homework.
Yep. There's
Actually,
a...
You
go
need
ahead.
to binge watch. You don't even have a job. You need to binge watch the entire thing.
Actually, I
Before
can't
next
say a
week.
whole lot, too, because I still haven't watched the last season. I
It was
know.
pretty good.
I know. It's fantastic. I've just been lazy and boycotting Hulu.
Why are you boycotting Hulu?
Just issues with getting my subscription renewed and paying money for it, but not actually getting my subscription renewed. And it, like, even though I paid money to Hulu, to renew my subscription, they did not have the authority to refund me after paying for not getting service back.
It
Go
sounds
figure
like
that one.
sounds like my problems with Amazon.
Hulu's just bullshit anyway. You pay them and you still have to deal with commercials.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
What a joke.
Amazon with Jason. You spend a bunch of money, but it's fraudulent. Like, what kind of business runs that way? Don't get it. Well, we
The
just lost.
biggest ones in the world.
We just lost our Amazon sponsorship.
Bye, fuckers.
Even though we ordered like all this stuff from Amazon.
It's like my abusive relationship with Walmart. I fucking hate that place so much, but I keep going in, and it's like, well, all the employees are real nice, and the cashier smiles at me, but I walk away feeling like a piece of shit every time I go there.
The cashier smiled at you because she is like a baby taking a shit.
And, yeah.
She probably just
And
gave
she has,
birth
like,
to one behind the
Down
counter.
syndrome, so
Yeah.
she can't not smile.
It was funny.
You look like a potato.
I went to buy stamps there the other day, you know, where the aisle where they sell tobacco. I'm like, oh, you sell stamps here? I need a book of them. Oh, we don't sell stamps here. The sign right there says you sell stamps. Oh, you mean these things? Do you not know what stamps are? And they have you in the checkout aisle? No, I'm going to plug in numbers, check groceries.
They're
Dude.
just trying to hit an age limit, man. You got to have an adult behind the counter where the tobacco's at, regardless of IQ.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Fair
Pretty
enough.
much, yeah.
but you just think they'd choose someone just little, put her back in
they
stocking.
can't afford
They're not
anybody.
exactly working with rocket scientists. They don't have a pick and choose ability.
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
'cause-
just because it's been the kick all night now, imagine if every single one of your checkers was Stephen Hawking.
I think I would go there exclusively if that was the case. Especially if he was the Stephen Hawking as we're portraying him. Thanks, come again, dickbag.
I almost wouldn't mind staying in line.
He's the greeter at the front door.
Except
Without
for I have
them
this
to
thing-
And it's
Walmart.
like no, and he's all he's crippled in a wheelchair. It's like, what are you gonna do? Get mad at him?
Then he uses his attachment to punch you in the face and finger fuck your wife.
The only problem
Take
is I
that,
have a
bitch.
thing
If you
against
punch
beating
me,
off in
you're
public.
A pussy.
Punch me, it's a hate crime.
It's great to be a protected status.
Dude, he's like
Fucking bullshit.
one of the few white people who's educated, but you just can't do anything to him. I'm sure we're going to get tons of hate for talking shit on Stephen Hawking.
How are
Oh,
we
whatever.
talking
The guy
shit?
had a fucking great sense of humor. He
did.
probably would have laughed his ass off.
Ha, ha, ha. Well, I think that's where we end it this week, guys. So thanks for listening. Thanks for all the follows on Instagram, Facebook. We don't have a MySpace. I don't know why I was gonna say MySpace. My shit's
MySpace,
done
what
and
are
over
you?
with.
You get to manage that.
Jesus.
Jeez.
How old were you when MySpace was a thing? 3?
5.5.
You had a killer MySpace page too, I bet.
I went to log on my old profile the other day and just like straight up porn models like holding garden hoses spraying everywhere. I was like, what the hell? Didn't even remember following this page. But anyways, go ahead and hit us up on Facebook as well. So that way you can get all of our up-to-date feeds when that's going down. And SoundCloud. That's where all it goes to upload. But if you want to go on to iTunes, this is a new thing that I forgot to mention earlier. Give us a 5-star rating and leave us a comment too to help boost the podcast so other people can find it. And feel free to share it around. You know, if you find it funny, I'm sure you got a few friends that'll also find it funny as well. And if you don't and you're offended, oh well.
Why
Let
the
us know.
fuck are you still listening if you're offended?
Yeah, let us know how we hurt your feelings, please. Please.
Same thing
Also,
with
fuck off.
Same thing with Google Play too. Go there, YouTube, all sorts of stuff. If you
Yeah.
can't find it, just go to offensivepodcast.com. It has links to everything.
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 Alrighty. Deuces.
Peace.
Gay. Boy.
This podcast is over. Abort, abort, abort. $$ exclamation at 0010101001001 asterisk and asterisk %.